Now, in less than 3 weeks, political parties will be going to the ballot for the all-important nomination exercise for various elective positions. Now, major fallouts and defections are expected as competition toughens for aspirants, especially in the big parties and coalitions. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, that's the IEBC, has moved to block nomination losers from vying as independent candidates in the August 9th general election. And smaller parties are expected to reap big as alignments and realignments continue ahead of the nominations. All right, let's now bring in Kennedy Murithi. I'm told Kennedy Murithi, our senior political affairs reporter, will join us shortly to give us more details on what that means. But in the meantime, and still on the nominations, the Green Thinking Action Party has waived nomination fees for women seeking elective seats in the August elections, in a move it says is aimed at bolstering gender parity. Speaking at the party headquarters, the party's National Elections Board Vice Chairperson Florence Machio said women in the country are disadvantaged politically, and this move will go a long way in attracting women in politics. The party spoke as it unveiled 22-year-old Anita Soina as its candidate for the Kajiado North parliamentary seat. And in less than 3 weeks, the political parties will be going to the ballot for that important nomination exercise.
We know for a fact the challenges that women have gone through trying to vie for seats. Honorable Millie Mabona has shared her experience of violations. We have a study from the UN Women that has looked at 6 African countries and the challenges that women go through before they're even allowed, to vie within the parties. We're currently going through party primaries, and you will find that even popular women are struggling within those parties to actually make it to the ballot. And therefore, we are denying the public an opportunity to choose other leaders who are of the other gender. If we want to progress, we need to ensure that we actually have 50-50 of of men and women being on the ballot and allowing wananchi to choose any other gender, so that we don't have to get into parliament and start struggling with a formula of making sure that we actually meet the constitutional threshold.
No, I don't feel anybody is too young to lead. I will go down to the people, and I appreciate that there are some of the people of Kajiado North who are already buying the idea that we are trying to change all this politics. The problems that we have in Kajiado North, because it's a cosmopolitan area and all those things, most of the challenges that we have are directly linked to environment. Water shortage is linked to environment. Access to even safe water, the water that is there is not safe, linked to environment. When we talk about the sewer system, the sanitation is not good. And so going with the agenda, the environmental agenda, then I believe I'm going to fit in.
All right, well, we can now join our senior political affairs reporter, that is Kennedy Murithi. He's on the ground at the moment. Kennedy, what is the likely impact on relatively smaller parties as the new law now begins to bite?
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Smith, in our Nairobi studio. And that question is very important. And the role of small political parties has actually been a major concern for these big parties. Remember, also for President Uhuru Kenyatta, he had to publicly embrace some of these political parties in the Mount Kenya region. For Deputy President William Ruto, who was for a very long time not embracing the small political parties, also had to give in, remembering that one of the biggest issues that we have as a country is the nomination headache that is slated for some time next month. But right now, just picking up from where that particular bite has stopped, and it is on the question of women. And we are joined by the party leader of the Green Thinking Action Party of Kenya, and that is Dr. Isaac Kalua Green. And why did you have to move to that particular question of looking at women and giving them a chance not to pay any nomination fee, all the way from the president and to the MCA position?
Gender parity in this country is an issue that needs to be dealt with deliberately, Ken. Because you look at Kenya and you find that we have a great nation. Wait until you listen to the women of this country, the youth of this country, the 35 years old and younger. And these people have a vision that is so clear that needs to be supported. Unless we take a deliberate move, we will never succeed as a nation to have women in these places. I like and appreciate the officials of Green Thinking Action Party because they followed a process that was very vigorous, trying to understand what the people are doing, what they want, and particularly the challenges of the women in this country. And they came up with a very well-researched position and found out they had issues that we would never have thought of. We also understood that few of them have also participated in politics this year. And you'll find that they vary from not trusting people, from having little money that they don't know whether to deal with this in the campaign level and all that. Hence, the announcement that we made last week in Narok, where we deliberately said we are going to have women participate in these elections, and Green Thinking Action Party is going to give them that opportunity so that their dreams are not just killed because of small issues that they would be having.
One would actually say that you are expecting a windfall from these political parties and those people that are not happy in the political parties that they are, noting that you have anybody seeking to contest has until the 26th. Is it the windfall or is it a general concern about women in politics?
Never will it be. This country has great people. I am among the people who want the best for this country, just like your viewers and yourself can. And therefore, this is not just waiting for a windfall. If it comes, it's good, because the money that we are going to get is supporting the women, the same women that we are calling them to come in and compete and get on a free ticket. We are going to support them. But more important is to deliberately get them to a position of power, a position, because this country is not just about presidency. Your presidency could be that MCA. Look at the great lady who has just joined the party. And can you imagine if anyone ever shattered her dreams? She has the issues of Kajiado North at her fingertips. She understands the issue of water. She understands the women. Her mother is still young enough to be able to help her to deal with these things. This is the reason why we really want to add value and make sure that leaders, especially women in this country, have an open opportunity, and therefore the appeal to do this.
Well, then there is the question of free and fair nomination, not just for for them. What if in a position like where Anita has said that she wants to go for Kajiado North, and there is also another person? How are you able to take care of that as a political party now that you know you're not charging any fee for these particular people? Will the man who wants to run on GTAP feel like they are being disadvantaged?
It may feel so for anyone who is out there not knowing the internal mechanisms that we have put in place. In Green Thinking Action Party, it's an institution that is run by professionals, people who have deliberately, we are not paying people salaries, they are going out doing the best that they can be able to do because they believe in the dream. Yesterday, we had a meeting where we had all aspirants across the country coming together to make sure that their membership is in place, and making sure that they prepare their documentation so that they are ready to get into the bout that is going to be easy for them because they are working on the best grounds. So we have an election board that is doing the best, and going forward, we must be able to deal with what we must make sure that we succeed with.
Well, thank you very much, Smith. Those are some of the sentiments that are coming out. Remember that anybody willing to run on a political party has until the 26th of March. And that is where the smaller parties might be coming into, and they might be harvesting from these big political parties. But just after that, if you're not in any political party, then you'll just have to run on independent. And also, the window is not so big moving forward if you want to run on that. So those are some of the issues that we'll be looking at this week moving forward. Right now, it's back to you, Smith.